Good morning, everybody. It's Amanda, and I am coming to you with another video that I filmed pre-COVID. This one I actually filmed in February, and I filmed myself making my coconut curry recipe. Well, I filmed everything. I filmed making it, and I showed it, it in the pot, but I forgot, because we just kind of finished it and then sat down and ate, I forgot to film what the curry looked like on the plate. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wait to post the video until I make curry again, and then I'll film what a plate looks like. And so during COVID, I took a break from filming, and I'm trying to get caught up on everything. So we had curry, and I'm going to show you at the end what a plate looks like. So this video, like I said, was filmed in February, so you can see the different clothing and everything. It's a different season, but curry's good all year round, so you can definitely enjoy that. This is the coconut chicken curry recipe that I use, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey everybody, it's Amanda, and I am going to show you how to make a recipe that I actually mention quite a lot. I've actually filmed it before in a food diary, but I keep getting the question asked, so I think I'll just make a standalone video, and that way you guys can just see how to make my coconut chicken curry. It's not even really my coconut chicken curry. I will link down in the description box the recipe that I use. I actually found it many years ago, so I don't know if she's updated the website or anything, but it's just a basic coconut chicken curry. It's from Oh Snap Let's Eat. So I'll link that. Make sure you check it out, and thank her for the great recipe. So first things first, I have the chicken in the crock pot. Now here's my crock pot with the chicken in it, and I have chicken breast tenderloins in here, about 4 pounds. I like to make extra, so I'm making a double batch. So if you want to make a single batch, just a little 2-pound package of chicken will work. I really like to make it with bone-in chicken breast. I think it gives it more flavor, but I'm just not going to use my bone-in chicken breast today. So, but you can definitely use it with different cuts of chicken. It's totally up to you. Just remember when you got the bones in that you got to take them out before you do anything, or if, you're eating with people who can handle the bones. Some people can't, so I'm just throwing that out there to you. Anyway, chicken in the crock pot. So the next thing we need to do, this recipe is not like other crock pot recipes. It's not just a dump and go. There's actually a sauce that you kind of create, and you put it into the crock pot. So we're going to create the sauce, and we are going to saute the onions and garlic before it goes into the crock pot. So if you were making a single batch, just one medium-sized onion would be fine. You're going to chop it, dice it. I'm making, like I said, a double batch, and I had a large onion and a small onion, so I'm going to use those instead of 2 medium. And you need 5 cloves of garlic for one batch. I had some really large cloves of garlic, so I'm going to do 3 and 3. But just normal size cloves of garlic, it would be 5 and 5. It sounds like a lot of garlic. Sounds like a lot of garlic, but trust me, you need it in your life. I need it in my life. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and dice up the onion and put it in a pan. I got a pan here, an oiled pan, ready to go. I'm going to dice up this onion, saute it, and cut up the garlic, put that in the pan, and when that's ready, we're going to dump it on the chicken. And then I am also going to cut up some potatoes. The recipe calls for 1 potato per batch. That never seems like enough potatoes for me. So I usually do a few. Do that according to your preference. I'm probably going to do at least 4 that I'll peel and cut up. And so I'm going to peel and cut up the potatoes, put it in the crock pot while I'm sauteing the onions and garlic, and then I'll put that on top, and then we'll create the sauce. All right, if you're following me, we're gonna get busy. Okay, so here I am slicing my onions, and don't judge me for how I cut them or, putting the pieces aside. I usually put that aside for broth. But anyway, I'm gonna slice them kind of thin, and then I'm gonna dice them as well. And what I did not do is film myself cutting up the garlic, but I do mince the garlic pretty small and put it in the pan with the oil, and then I'm showing myself here going ahead and peeling a potato, and then I'm going to dice those as well into medium-sized chunks. And so I usually dice the potatoes up while the onions and garlic are sauteing in the pan. And here we are, just about finished. Okay, so here are my diced potatoes. And here's my chicken. I accidentally threw a little diced onion in there because I was just working and not thinking. So I was like, oh no. So some of it will be in there that wasn't sauteed down, but that won't really affect the taste that much. Anyway, so chicken, potatoes. I'm getting ready to throw this right on top. There it is. And then over here. So now the onions and garlic have sauteed nicely. You can see they're translucent and they've browned a little bit, and it smells amazing. So you can see it just about ready to go into the pot with the chicken. Look how pretty that is. So that is ready, and now we're going to make the sauce. So to make the sauce, I have 1 stick of butter, 2 cans of coconut milk, and I have some curry powder. Now, here's what we're going to do. If you do a single batch, you need 4 tablespoons of butter. But since I'm doing a double batch, I need a whole stick, which is 8. And we're going to melt that in this pan. And then we are going to, it's pretty easy to remember, 4 tablespoons to 4 tablespoons. So I'm going to melt the butter down, and then I'm going to put an equal amount of curry powder in. You can use any curry powder. In fact, you can try different flavors, like taste of curry powder. There's different kinds to see which kind you like. But once we melt the butter, we're going to put the curry powder in and let it get, it'll thicken immediately. And then we're going to pour 1 can of coconut milk for the 4 tablespoons, 2 cans for 8 tablespoons. So we're going to melt that, and that'll be our sauce. And then we're going to pour it over that. Okay, so we have our butter and our curry, and I'm going to go ahead and put my 8 tablespoons in. There you go, and then we're going to stir it up, and it's going to be very thick. You can see how brown that looks. It's that golden browny color. Okay, so we're going to put the coconut milk in, and we need 2 cans. If there are any thick chunks in your curry liquid, then just put it on the heat and it'll melt it down. So we're going to take this and we're going to pour it over our chicken. Now you'll see there's some curry powder left at the bottom. What I like to do, and this is not called for in the recipe, I stray from her recipe a little bit. But I like it, this makes it really thick. I like it a little bit more watery. So I actually take a little bit of water, put it in the pan, and kind of swish it around. Might even take the spoon and stir it up a little bit, because I want to make sure I get all of those flavors. And really just a little bit of water. You can't even see it when I turn it sideways. It's probably about 3/4 of a cup. And I'm just going to put that in the pan so that way we don't have as much left over. And I also take this pan, which smells so good and has all this delicious goodness in it, and I use some hot water because I want to try to get some of this good flavor and put it in there too. So you don't have to add the extra cup of water, 1.5 cups of water, because I probably put 3/4 a cup in this pan as well. It'll still be good and it'll still be thick and it'll still be nice, but I want to get every single bit of flavor that I can get out of this, because the flavors are what make it good. The ingredients are very simple. A little bit of chicken, a little butter, a little seasoning, a little potato. That doesn't add much flavor, you know, some onions and garlic, but I want every bit I can get. So look at this. Do you see how brown that water is? That's all the goodness. So I'm putting that in there. And then I'm going to stir all of this up. And the color of it, this like yellowy color of it, is so pretty, and it just makes me happy. It just does. It's just a happy color. So I'm going to show you what it looks like all stirred up, and we are going to put this in the crock pot on high for 6 hours, and then it will be done. And actually, I'm using boneless tenderloin, so it wouldn't even probably take the full 6 hours. But it's a big pot. We're going to be gone a long time, so we're going to let it on high for 6 hours. Look how pretty that looks. When I stir it up, look at all the color. Isn't that nice? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on this and get this in the crock pot high for 6 hours, and it'll be ready when we come back, and we'll serve it over rice. Okay, so we just got home. Everybody's coming back in the house, but I had to run in and check the crock pot, and you can see the curry is done. Now, let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to stir it up, and basically you can tell when it's done when the meat, you can pretty much shred easily. I'm going to try to do this one-handed, but you can even see it's kind of coming apart when I touch it. So what you're going to want to do is shred this chicken. Like, take 2 forks and shred it, and then you want to add some salt to taste. It's totally up to you how much, because I don't even measure it. I just shake salt in it and keep tasting it until it's the right taste for me. So all you're going to do is get those 2 things accomplished, and then get your sticky rice, serve this right over top of it, and we are done. Okay, so this is what curry looks like, and it's not exciting in a bowl, right? It just looks like a bowl of yellow awesome goodness. Now I mix my rice in with the sauce and the chicken, but you can serve it different. You can just take white rice or the jasmine rice that I use and put the curry on top and just kind of let it fall over, and that probably looks prettier. But this is where it's at. I'm not even playing with you. So this is the coconut chicken curry, and I hope you guys will try it. It's amazing. Our whole family loves it. We have it regularly. I serve it all the time for church events or any other group events. And let me also say too that you don't have to make it in the crock pot. You can make it on the stove. Just make the sauce, put the onions and the garlic and the chicken in one big pot on the stove, and put a lid on it and cook it. It probably takes about, if you have a boneless chicken, it probably takes 45 minutes, well, maybe 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, somewhere in there, for just long enough to make sure the chicken shreds and the potatoes are all the way cooked through. So, but I usually make it in the crock pot just because it's easier. So anyway, this is curry. I hope you guys like it. I hope you'll give it a try, and let me know what you think about it if you do. So anyway, that's it. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you next time.